開発実験部隊としての任についていたストライカーズが再び世界の守り手として招集された。1945年冬、キャニーとの壮絶な戦いはポツダム宣言の受諾を承認しない軍国主義者のクーデターとして処理されたが、キャニーによってもたらされた脅威は世界に暗い影を落としていった。一方、アメリカ国防総省に厳重に封印されていたキャニーの新型兵器データが何者かによって外部に流出した。それを手に入れ、再び世界を混沌へと引きずり込もうとする新たな組織 FGR。 この事態を受けて新兵器開発実験部隊としての任についていたストライカーズが再び世界の守り手として招集された。
Alright guys, welcome to another stream. Today we're going to be playing some Sega Saturn SHMUPS. Yeah, I finally got a new RGB cable for my Saturn, and which gives us the capability of streaming Saturn again. I love the Saturn, it's one of my favorite consoles, and yeah, without having the RGB cable, I haven't really wanted to stream it. It just doesn't look great with composite, but now we're back in business with RGB. And we're gonna sort of kick things off with a shmups variety stream. I actually haven't played many Saturn shmups in a while, and so this should be a fun stream. I had thought about doing like a Mr. FPGA, like PS1 core stream, where I focus on PS1 shmups, but I thought to myself, you know, I haven't done Saturn in a while, so let's do that. It'll be fun. So, but yeah, I know this is a late start. It's about 11 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know how many people are going to pop in, but we will see. This will be a little bit like a old school gameplay and talk stream where we start late and go into the wee hours of the morning. And yeah, we're going to start off with Strikers 1945 Part 2. This came out on both Saturn and PlayStation, and it's actually gotten more recent conversions as well via emulation. Yeah. Arcade version is still the way to go if you can do that, but this is actually a pretty good conversion too. I played this quite a bit back in the day, both with this and the PS1 versions of the game. Yeah, arcade mode here is actually Tate. You can actually rotate your screen. We're not going to be doing any of that tonight. Original 2 is this. It keeps the full playthrough, or sorry, the full playfield from the arcade game, but it scrolls it up and down. It's a little, I don't know, it makes me gives me nausea, so I don't really like playing with that. We're gonna do just original, where it cuts off the top of the screen primarily. So, all right, yeah, I see a few people in here. I see Noelito, Michael, Zanctum, Saikazu, Eric, Gotcha, Leo, and Stevo. Welcome everybody to the stream. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. And, alright, let's, go ahead and just do default settings. Let's check out our options. A is shot, B is bomb, C is also shot. Yeah, the R button is also rapid, which was actually kind of a nice quality of life improvement. So for those of you guys that don't like the button mash, you don't have to. Let me push my screen back a little bit. And, alright, we should be good to go. Now, the cool thing about Saikyo's shoot-em-ups, including the Strikers series, is usually you get a lot of different ships to pick from, and so there's a lot of replay value, you know, trying to play through the game again with, you know, different planes and whatnot. Uber says, "Did Chuli finish those biscuits?" She did, actually. She did finish those biscuits. She's a good girl. Also, if I remember correctly, yeah, you can hit the L trigger to get rid of your heads-up display, which makes it easier to see things. Now, this is actually my first video game I have played tonight, so there's definitely going to be a warm-up period, that's for sure. We do have these gold bars. Depending on when you pick them up, it gives you more or less points. You want to pick them up on the one frame where they blink, and then you'll get a lot of points. If you get close, it looks like you get 1,000. But it's tricky to do, but if you're trying to get a high score, then that is what you want to do. Now, Strikers does have a power bar in the bottom left, and you just hold down the attack button to unleash it as it charges up. I like just repeating my level 1 attack over and over again. It's quite powerful for what it is. Alright, there we go. Stage 1 down. Mariana, welcome to the stream. She was on world record pace for best biscuits ever. She really was. She was looking super happy making those biscuits. The interesting thing about the bombs in this game is that they are not like an immediate get out of jail free card. You have to wait for their bomb. Like here, there's the bomb button. So with Shinyan here, you actually do like a loop-de-loop, which is actually kind of cool. Other ships, like when you bomb, it's like assist ships will come in, and it doesn't make you invincible or anything at first. I mean, it's different based on the ship that you're using. So as you experiment with different planes in this game, you have to get used to, you know, how the bomb operates. Hey Wonka, welcome back. Just trying to focus here. The second I take my eyes off chat, or sorry, off the game, I end up dying typically, so I'm trying to just stare at the gameplay screen. Strikers in particular can be quite challenging. Strikers too. Ooh. Yeah, when you slam into enemies in this, thankfully you don't die in a lot of cases. You'll just get downgraded, which is fine. There are a lot of power-ups in this game. That was a bad time to use that. Oh, I died. That was bad. Oh, and I tried using my bomb. I was like a frame too late. Oh, geez, that was really poor. I have a question for my Sega Saturn console. I'm watching the video CD card for watch every movie. I have no idea what that means. Sorry. I've actually never used a video CD card for Saturn or an MPEG card. So I don't really know a lot about it. I've never really had a reason to use it. There aren't really games I care about that take advantage of it. I know there are some like RPGs that'll take advantage of it. But I don't play those because they're in Japanese. If I continue, I wonder if it's going to let me change planes, just so I can show off another plane. Oops! Why did I do that? Oh, why did I do that? Alright, so after the halfway point in this game, when you continue, you'll actually end up having to repeat the whole level over again, which makes credit feeding a lot more difficult. So that's one thing I actually like. I actually like that about Strikers, because it really forces you to get better at the later parts of the game, and it's good for learning. You know, again, it forces you to actually kind of, you know what you're doing. So Strikers 2 is one of those games where, you know, I did that so much back in the day that I actually got pretty proficient at the later stages in the game, and I was able to get quite far in one credit. I do kind of wish I was routing this into a CRT right now, because I am definitely noticing a little bit of input latency going through my FrameMeister. Which is my upscaler. God, the image looks really good, though. So I got a Retro Access RGB cable. It's actually my first cable from them. I had always typically done retro gaming cables from the UK. But I popped into Retro Access's website, and they just happened to be prepping a new batch of cables. And so I went ahead and pre-ordered one about a month ago, and it finally arrived earlier this week. Yeah, Saturn's got really nice RGB, like it's very nice. We're going to play a bunch of different shmups tonight. I have the game title set as Radiant Silvergun, because we will definitely be playing Radiant Silvergun. You can't do a Saturn shmup stream and not play Radiant Silvergun. Yeah, it looks like I can't actually change planes when I get a game over, unfortunately. So I'm not going to be able to show you another plane. But they all have different abilities. It's pretty cool. Whoa. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, most of the Saturn shmup library is Japanese. The only ones that came out in North America were Layer Section, Galactic Attack, Darius Gaiden, and In the Hunt. I'm trying to think. Was there another shmup in North America? I don't think there was. I think that was it. And we are using an optical drive emulator called the Satiator, so we're not actually using real CDs tonight. Oh, that's awesome, Uber. They're right next down the street from you. Retro Access. That's awesome. Yeah, their cables are like... I'm actually really glad I got their cable, because it's... And don't get me wrong, I like retro gaming cables as well. They make good products, and the guy that runs that operation is really cool. But the Retro Access, this is like heavy-duty stuff, man. Like, I'll definitely be buying more cables from them. It's kind of impressive, actually. Like, even the pins, like, are great. One of the problem I had with my old RGB cable, which came from retro gaming cables, is that the pins, like, and this happened to my S-Video cable too, is the pins just got all sorts of bent trying to put it into the AV port. And, yeah, and the pins ended up just breaking off completely. It was just really bad. And then the same thing happened to my S-Video cable afterwards. I was just going to keep using S-Video instead of buying a new RGB cable. But I think I can sit in the middle here. Yeah. Yeah, finally got around to ordering a new RGB cable though, and it's like night and day from what I had previously. Yeah, Retro Access does like really good work. All right, we'll continue once more. Again, we have to do the whole level over again. This is definitely like a memorization type of level. You need to take out those big ground turrets. You want to use your charge shot for it. Same with these big brown planes. Otherwise, this could be just a really tough section. One thing I like about this is when you don't have any special abilities ready, you can just hold down the attack button and it goes into auto-fire mode. So you'll fire it at a rapid speed without having to actually tap the button. It's pretty nice. Eric says, I'm considering the mode. There seem to be a lot of options in the category. Yeah, there are a lot of options. There's the mode, which is apparently a pretty good product. I don't like that company. So I don't have a mode because, yeah, I just don't like, I don't really want to do business with that company. But it is apparently a really good product. So, you know, if you do decide to go down the mode route, you know, you'll be pretty happy with it, I'm pretty sure. I have a Satiator, which is the most expensive option, but it's also non-destructive. As in, I mean, none of them are really destructive, but you do have to open up your system, replace the actual disk drive with some of them. With the Satiator, you don't. It just goes into your MPEG card slot. And, so you can, like, take it out, and then, like, take it to a friend's place, or a convention, or something like that, and just pop it in another Saturn, and it just works. But again, it is the most expensive option, but it's also the most convenient. And then there's the Fenrir, which I think Uberdisco out there in chat has. And he's really happy with that, too. But what's cool about the mode is that it works in multiple consoles. Like, if you have a Dreamcast, I think it works in both your Dreamcast and Saturn. And I want to say it even technically works in the Sony PlayStation, but I think you have to mod your console in order to get that to work. And I don't know how easy it is to just, like, take it out of one console and then pop it in another. Say if you want to use it in both your Saturn and Dreamcast. Yeah, I don't have any hands-on experience with it, unfortunately. Hey, Beaker, man. Terrible onion. Yeah. That's a good one. I like that. I'm gonna have to remember that. Oh, why did I do that? Oh. Alright, I'll try it one more time, and then we'll probably switch games. Yeah, Terra Onion is... Oh, man. There's been a lot of drama with them. Again, they make good products, but they are not good with customers. And so with people like that, I just choose not to support them. It's like, yeah, I don't care if your product's good. If you're going to be, you know, a dickweed, then... Yeah, I'm out. I mean, it'd be one thing if, like, there weren't any other options. Hell, if there weren't any other options, I'd probably just continue to use CDRs. That's what I did for a long time. I just did Saturn CDRs. It works great. You get a pseudo Saturn Kai, and then you just burn CDs. And I had burned, like, a lot of, like, good Taiyo Yuden discs and whatnot. They always read flawlessly. It was great. But when I got my Satiator, which is the optical drive emulator that plugs into the rear expansion port, I bought my brother a Saturn and gave him all my CDRs. He had a field day playing Saturn for like a year straight. It was pretty cool. But yeah, we have a lot of options now. And then you still have some of the older options too. Like the Rhea and Phoebe by the GDMU guy. Although he's kind of weird too. He's definitely quirky. Man, and I am just terrible at this game. Yeah, there are just a lot of really good options now. Like, you know, I always kind of push people in the direction of the Satiator and the Fenrir. Like, I think those are the two best options in terms of, like, not only do you get a good product, but you're also dealing with a good, honest company, you know, or individual. In the case of the Satiator, it's just one guy. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you just have, like, you know, lots of choices now, so... The mode looks like a great product, but again, the company, it's like, yeah, I don't... I'm not gonna deal with them. But yeah, I mean, best of luck if you decide to go down that route, and just whatever you get, I think you're gonna be satisfied regardless. Oh man. Alright, well that was game one. And what we're going to do is switch over to the Patchy cam to change games. You really only have Crick's products in this area. Yeah, Crick's, I mean, Crick's, he makes great stuff too. I mean, I've got EverDrives for just about... And when it comes to flash cards, I think all my flash cards are EverDrives. And hey, John Smith, welcome back. And Ilziski? Eric says, yes, evidently the mode is easily swapped around. Good YouTube reviews. This is the first I've heard anything negative about the company. Yeah, I mean, there's like I said, there's a lot of drama surrounding Terra Onion. A lot of drama over the last several years. But yeah, good products. Good products, bad PR, basically. All right, what am I going to play next? Let's see. Let me think here for a second. Let's play. Let's do a side-scrolling one. Since I have not yet, we'll try to bounce around from like you know, vertically oriented ones and stuff like that, and then horizontal or verizontal, as we like to call them, where it's it takes up the full 4x3 screen, but you're still scrolling vertically. You know, Radiant Silvergun is an example of that. Layer Section 2. Beakerman says that his new TurboGrafx and PCE CD card looks like it might be great. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that because I love my PC Engine Duo, but it is extremely flaky with discs even after being serviced. And it is RGB modded as well. And I already have a regular Turbo EverDrive from like 10 years ago. Works great, but it doesn't do CDs. Apparently his new card is even supposed to work on the Duos. So I definitely plan on getting that when he releases it. That'll be a good investment. And I'll be able to do more streams from my actual PC Engine Duo. Like that'll be fantastic. All right, we're gonna play some Darius Gaiden, or Darius if you're a shmup junkie. All right, I've actually got a couple playthroughs on this game. I think I did one where using auto fire, rapid fire, I found out the best route through, I think it was like a shmups forum thread, and managed to get a 1 credit clear on it, which is pretty cool. So yeah, Beaker man, I'm pretty sure he's gonna try to get it to work on the Duo. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, let's hit start. Now loading. Yeah, this is a really good version of the game. It's way better than the Japanese PlayStation version of the game. That version has tons of slowdown and jankiness to it. It's kind of amazing, like, how bad it is. I mean, it's still playable. It can still be fun. It's still Darius Gaiden. But the Saturn version is like close to arcade perfect, from what I understand. There might be a couple of little quirks here and there for like people that are super hardcore. But it seems extremely faithful to me. So this is the regular auto fire right here. This is the regular fire rate. It's not all that great. However, if you mash both attack buttons really fast, you can fire much quicker. And so I actually recommend a turbo controller on this game. I actually used to have a third-party Saturn controller with turbo functionality just for this game. And in the shmup community, it's generally accepted to use rapid fire on this game, because the game really was not designed around this stock auto fire rate. I used to play with this stock auto fire rate all the time back in the day. And you could still use it sometimes, you know, like for some of these patterns. But when things get chaotic, Like, you want to start mashing the other buttons. Here we go. Uber says he's been having a lot of fun with Sagaya on Master System Game Boy. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's the it's the 8-bit version of Darius 2. Darius 2 is on Saturn. It's kind of interesting. Now, that was a multi-screen game in the arcade, and so it's a little difficult to play on Saturn because it's super zoomed in. I think there is like a higher resolution, like wide mode, but it's really, really hard to see what's going on. Eric says, I'm very interested in that PCE CD card. Should be compatible with the Analog Duo, if that ever comes out. Yeah, I don't know what is up with the Analog Duo. I would definitely like to get one. Well, I mean, if Crix does this card, and it works on the Duo, though, like, the Analog Duo might be redundant by that point. But the Analog Duo would also be cheaper, most likely. Crix's, like, top-tier flash carts are usually, like, $300. I think that's, like, what the Mega EverDrive Pro is for the Sega Genesis and Mega Drive. The one that does Sega CD support. And what, I think he's working on the one card that I think also is doing 32X? I don't remember. Hey, Lefo, welcome back. Do you think the Duo would actually get Open FPGA, Leo? I feel like it won't, because there was no Open FPGA for, like, the Mega SG or the Super NT. You know, you had the jailbreak cores, but that was it. But imagine if the Duo did get Open FPGA. Oof, that would be awesome. It'd be like the Mister. Eric says this is the era where arcade sorta close could still be considered arcade perfect. Yeah, this is definitely like you're barely gonna notice any differences, if anything. You know, playing this and then going right to the arcade version. It's a very, very nice conversion. It's a beautiful looking game too. So many colors. It just pops, and it also plays like just very well. Your ship is pretty fast in this one. Letho says, I've been playing Tomb Raider on the Saturn. It's difficult for him to navigate because of how, because it's hard to see. Yeah, I mean, here's to hoping that Analog does Open FPGA in their future products and not just the Pocket. That would be a great value add to the customers that buy their stuff. You want to try to knock the little orb off those guys' heads. If you do so, you get a capture bonus, and then they help you out for most of the rest of the level until they die. Yeah, my hands are killing me already. Constantly mashing. But it must be done. Actually, I think I went to the wrong level because I remember there are some levels you can go to and you can get some extra lives. I don't think there's one here. Oh, no, that's an extra life. Okay, awesome. Okay, that's not going to be good. Just going to go ahead and bomb. You're invincible when you bomb in this game. The bomb is really, really good. Yeah, analog products are enthusiast products, absolutely. They're really good products. Like, I have a Mega SG and I really like it. I have a Super NT on the way. I used to own one, but I had sold it to fund my Mister several years ago now. But since the next run of Super NTs is apparently going to be the last, I went ahead and pre-ordered it several months back. And I think we were talking last night, it actually looks like they're going to be shipping in a few months. I'm really looking forward to that. I want to wait here. Such a chill soundtrack. Probably shouldn't have upgraded my gun any further. I know your maxed out firepower. It's actually, I think, a little bit weaker than the higher level green shot. I think that's how it works. Oh, he ran right into me. Oh, no. Oh, that's rough. Yeah, that was a bad way to go. All right, round two. I don't like this laser because of that. It's very cheap. Okay, please die already. Oh, jeez. It's killing my fingers. Oh, Eric also ordered that Super NT as well. Nice. Yeah, so for me, it's like, yeah, I can play my regular Super Nintendo. I can use the Mister. The analog products are so good for live streaming. I get no signal drops, no nothing. So I can just jailbreak them and just constantly bounce from ROM to ROM. And it's just a really good tool for my streaming purposes. So, you know, that's why I got another Mega SG, even after I already had the Mister. And I've got several Sega Genesis consoles and Mega Drives, actually, with flash carts and RGB. But it's just so much more convenient to use the Mega SG. It's the most convenient solution that just works the best. And it looks phenomenal, too. It's super responsive, looks great, lots of video options. It's really good stuff from, you know, a streamer's standpoint. Looks like my missiles are just about maxed out, if they're not. You can see that they're homing into enemies now. They're so much more useful. Alright. Alright, this boss can be a major pain. Alright, phase 2. Wow, that was not bad at all. That's really good. Can't remember which level I like to end on. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've gone all the way through this game. It's been years now. I think since COVID, 2020, I think was maybe around when I did my Let's Play. And that was the arcade version too. I had auto fire on MAME. Alright. Actually kind of surprised we made it this far. I actually think I want to... I don't think this is maxed out. I think I want to actually keep this firepower I've got. It's got the little blue balls. Those are actually fairly powerful. Unfortunately, I had to waste my bomb. That sucks. Oh, there goes my shield. Nice, there's another one. Ooh, sweet, we upgraded it to gold. That's awesome. So I get extra hits I can take now. Oh, another extra life. Whew. Really good. Screw it, let's grab it. Yeah, I had a feeling there was another level higher. Okay. Yeah, the blue balls I think are actually better than these green waves. Yeah, Eric, the soundtrack here is wild, yeah. It's a really good soundtrack. It's pretty crazy. That's right, I normally fight this guy, I think, in like an ice cave, so I'm on the wrong level. But it's okay, this level actually went pretty well. Just the visuals are wild too, I love it. I don't remember if the arcade version slows down at all. I'm gonna have to check my playthrough on MAME. Nice. Yeah, I agree, Eric. I'm really surprised that they did not do the affordable NES. You know, to compete with the retro USB AVS. And I mean, Analog makes great products. I'm actually really surprised they didn't do that. Hey, Seth, welcome to the stream. All-time favorite shmup. Hell yeah. This is definitely one of my favorites, too. I mean, it's just a really, really good game. Albeit, it is quite brutal. I don't have a shield. The last level music is a really long track that comes in really slow. So it's meant to be really quiet like this to start. Yep, there it is. Probably my favorite tune in the game. It's just haunting. Chill. It's very epic for the final boss that we're gonna fight. Oh, that was close. Alright, what boss is this? Odious Trident. Yeah, this is not the last level I normally end up on. Normally I end up in a cave underwater. Oh boy, yeah, we're screwed, I'm guessing. We're probably screwed. These final bosses look so evil. I love it. Ooh, okay. Oh man, did we just get a 1 credit clear? Oh, I think we just got a 1 credit clear. That feels really good. I've never actually gone and ended on that route. Man. Oh man. That's crazy. That's a good accomplishment, actually. I'm pretty happy with that. Darius Gaiden, all staff. I'll go ahead and let the credits roll out, since I haven't seen this in quite a while. Oh man, hopefully you guys enjoyed that playthrough. Hey, Gary. And once you see in Darius Gaiden is always something to be proud of. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even on the easiest route, it's still a good accomplishment. I thought the run was going to be over because I died kind of, I don't know, about halfway into the run. And, yeah, no, I was able to make it work. Thanks, Deadly. Much appreciated. Thanks, Michael and Adam. Hope you're doing well tonight, Deadly. Yeah, this is just an amazing shooter. I think it's, for me, it's the best Darius game. It's just, it's the most fun. Yeah, it was kind of hard to outdo this one. G-Darius is actually really good, but it's also, it feels completely different. And Darius Burst is pretty amazing too, but it's more of like, Darius Burst feels more like a score rush kind of game, where like, this has, like, really nice, like, scenery and stuff like that, you know? They feel like actual, like, real levels, and not just, like, you know, empty space with long streams of enemies coming at you. And don't get me wrong, Darius Burst is awesome, too. Like, I need to go back and play that some more. I haven't played it in a while. But this one is just, like, I think the best balance, of all the Darius games. It's still a looker, too. They did a really good job with the visuals in this game. Deadly says, doing pretty good. Was just playing a lot of Genesis today. Nice, nice. Leo says, after that, he's not planning to make any more AVS consoles. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully he pulls back on that, God, man, I'm almost tempted to, like, get a second AVS just in case, just as a backup. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea because, you know, I love that thing. It's a great console. Yeah, I know what you mean, Seth. It's, you know, the visuals in Darius or G-Darius are much more muddy. It's harder to see what's going on in that game because if it's, you know, it's polygonal graphics, especially with the original, like the PS1 port. Now there is G-Darius HD, which I do recommend. I actually picked up a physical of that just recently, and that helps smooth it out a lot too. You know, because it renders the polygons, you know, in HD, so everything is a lot more crisp. That is awesome. Yeah, I've never gotten a 1cc on that route. That's really good. And that last boss wasn't as bad as I thought he was going to be. Wonka says he's been playing Psycho Fox on the Master System. Yeah, AVS is just one guy. Yeah, I think his wife might help out here and there, like with shipping and stuff like that. Yeah, but it's Brian at Retro USB. Yeah, same here, Leo. That'd be awesome if he made a follow-up AVS. Yeah, that's the bummer about things like FPGAs, is they eventually get discontinued, and you have to, if you want to, you know, keep manufacturing your console, you have to update it, update the architecture, and use a new FPGA. Which is, you know, it's a lot of work. And the whole thing about the AVS as well is, like, I do wonder if he thinks, like, the market is just saturated now with them. Like, you know, the AVS has been out for 7 years almost. It's about 6.5 years. I can't believe it's been that long. And it's like, I mean, he obviously knows the sales numbers, and it's possible that the sales numbers are dropping. So it might be at a point where it's not worth making them anymore. But I'm not sure. So, and that could also be why, like, Analog hasn't done an NES console recently, like an affordable NES. You know, maybe they think, you know, the market's already too saturated. I don't know. All right, we are going to play some Radiant Silvergun. This is my all-time favorite. And we'll see how we do here. Oh! I need to go to my options menu. Radiant Silvergun does use a high-res title screen. And so there's going to be a lot of signal drops. So it actually defaults to Saturn mode, which is, you know, they called it story mode in the most recent ports. But I want to just play arcade mode. Yeah, now it says insert coins. Just like the arcade game. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of signal drops and stuff like that because of the resolution switch, and I really want a RetroTink 5X eventually, so there will be no signal drops when I get that. But I'm stuck with the old trusty, faithful Framemeister. Dudley says, I can't play a lot of shmups that have bullets that are a similar color as the background. Yeah. Yeah, when shmups have bullets that are similar colors, like, it's just bad design. Like, Radiant Silvergun, the bullets just, like, really stick out for the most part. So Silvergun has 7 different weapons. You do a combination of button inputs. Saturn version here actually maps all the weapons to their own individual buttons, so you can get used to playing that way if you want. I like to play arcade style, because I used to actually have the PCB of this on the Sega STV arcade board. So I'm used to playing with just 3 buttons. Hey, Red Zeo Ranger, welcome back. How are you doing? Now, you actually level up your weapons in this game. You'll notice on the top at the HUD, there's A, B, and C. Those are my A, B, and C buttons. 3 different weapons. And as you kill stuff with those weapons, those weapons will level up individually, and it'll affect every weapon that you have. Upgrading your main forward shot is probably the most important. It is the most powerful. And there's 2 different ways to chain in this game for much bigger points. You can either just constantly hit enemies of the same color, and I totally messed up there. That's okay. Or you can do a red, blue, then yellow chain, where you hit as many red enemies as you want, and then you hit 1 blue, and then you hit as many yellow as you can. So those are the 2 ways to chain. On this first level, it's actually, I think, most lucrative to just kill red enemies only. And by the end of the level, you'll have like this massive chain that's just giving you crazy points. Like even right now, it's not too bad. Yeah, 19,000 for that. A and B will do this laser. It actually goes through walls, which is nice. Red's been playing Thunder Force 3. Very nice. You can actually fill up a super meter by absorbing pink bullets with your sword. You use your sword by pressing A, B, and C together, or you can use the R button. Right, there we go. Yeah, because I messed up my chain with the red enemies, my A shot is still not like upgraded as much as I would like. Scoring is pretty important in this game if you want to have an easier time with it. Let's see if we can chain here. Alright, let's just get rid of all these guys. This could be a dangerous part if you're not careful. Alright, there's a dog. I forgot what their actual names are, but they give you some good points sometimes. I like using the laser here on its front arms. Looks like I just got an extra life. I thought he was going to do the spread shot. Yeah, Deadly. It's a really good boss. I mean, most if not all the bosses in this game I think are really good. It's very creative, very fun. I think we're going to do one blue, and then just lots of yellow. Just wait for the yellow to appear, just like this. Hey, Cafe Man. He says they're called Merry Dogs. Nice. First try. Yeah, same here, Deadly. I mean, this generation was amazing for shoot 'em ups. It really was. I'd even argue it was the best generation for shmups. But this in particular, like, really raised the bar when it came out. It was like, we had never seen anything like it before. I remember walking into an electronics boutique at the local mall. They did import Saturn games. And they had this displayed on their TV. And both my friend and I were like, what the hell is that? We were both floored at what we saw. So he actually bought it right away. And you know what's actually really funny? I didn't like this game when I first played it. We ended up... he bought Radiant Silvergun. I ended up buying Dracula X, Nocturne in the Moonlight. And then we eventually swapped. I let him borrow Nocturne, and then he let me borrow Radiant Silvergun. And then I fell in love with Radiant Silvergun. It took a while, but... Because my friend was like, you gotta play this game. And then it's turned into probably my favorite shooter ever, as of this moment. And that's not gonna change. Ended up buying the PCB, which I wish I still had. Ugh. I regret selling that. But I needed the money, you know. I had sold a bunch of hardware at the time. This was about, I don't know, 9 years ago now, I think. Hey Jay, welcome back. Hope you're doing all right. One thing I really like about Radiant Silvergun is that, you know, arcade mode, if you've never played this game, it's going to kick your ass, you know. But it defaults to Saturn mode, which is like a story-driven mode, but it also saves your weapon levels between runs. And so you can save your progress after you're done with a run, and then you start a new run with that data, and, you know, you can start the game fresh with your weapon levels. You'll eventually be completely maxed out when you start a brand new game, and that makes the game a lot easier. It also, you know, just makes it easier to learn, because every time you start a new game, you're more powerful than you were before. So not only are you getting to learn the levels better, but you're also... You have more of a crutch, which makes the learning experience much more doable, much less daunting. Now, enemies, your weapons actually take, I think, a lot longer to level up on story mode, or Saturn mode, as they call it here. But still, you're going to level up pretty quick, regardless. This is also like a good bullet hell learning game. Because there are lots of dense bullet patterns, especially later on in the game, like towards the final boss and whatnot. But the bullets come at you slow. And so if for someone that hasn't played a lot of bullet hell, this is a good like entry-level game for that. Now, it's not bullet hell through and through, but there are parts where it's just screens littered with bullets and you have to do just fine-tuned dodging. Yeah, Deadly, you should try Saturn mode sometime. You want to follow the red one. But you'll notice that in the beginning, I was going in the opposite direction because I wanted to chain all those yellow enemies, and I successfully did it. I usually end up dying when I try that, but you get a lot of points if you do it right. Assuming you've chained correctly before this section. Also, you can scrape walls. You'll get extra points by doing that. Nice. Yeah, I mean, same here, Deadly. When I play a shooter from this time period in particular, I always just do the regular arcade mode. But Radiant Silvergun is, I definitely recommend doing the Saturn mode if you're trying to learn the game. I still prefer just playing arcade mode because Saturn mode can be a little grueling. With Saturn mode, you have to go through the entire game. You know, in arcade mode, you've got, you know, you get to pick and choose your route in arcade mode. So if you go level 2 like I did, you're not going to play level 4. But in Saturn mode, you play both level 2 and level 4. And then there's an exclusive level near, like, right before the final boss. That's only in the Saturn mode. So, you know, a 30-minute experience ends up turning into like an hour one, or an hour-long one on Saturn mode, if not longer. Some shooters, though, Deadly, on Saturn, they do have arrange modes. Like Batsugun is a great example. Its arrange mode's pretty good. I recommend trying it. It's also got arranged music, too. I'm not going to bother chaining here. This is kind of a tough part to chain. I just try to get rid of everything as quickly as possible. Oops, that was close. Now in Saturn mode, there's a dog in the middle of that laser. Like when the lasers cross the lines, a little doggy appears. You use the B and C laser here, the tracking laser, to find the dogs. Oh yeah, that's right, Deadly. Hyperduel, I think, also has an arrange mode. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's a game I want to get better at. It's a cool game, but I've never been terribly efficient at it. You actually want to use your homing lasers here. You can get some point bonuses. You notice that it says weapon bonus, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. Uh-oh. That was scary. Now, if you want to maximize your points, you really want to get... you want to destroy all the parts of a boss. You get a lot of extra points if you can do that. So that's why instead of going for his head, which is the weak spot, I want to go for all parts of his body. Look at that graphical effects. Just so nice. I mean, this game shows that Saturn is capable of some pretty cool 3D. It's just very different from how, like, the PlayStation does things. Oh, Eric, you got the Capcom and the Neo Geo fighting games imported back in the day. Yeah, that was one really big reason to import on Saturn back in the days. It had the better 2D fighting games. So a lot of people would import them. X-Men vs. Street Fighter in particular was like a really big release for Saturn. Like, people were buying Saturns and importing that game and just importing that game alone. You know, PlayStation got X-Men vs. Street Fighter, but it is a far cry from the Saturn version, which is like nearly arcade perfect. I'm going to try to just get rid of this guy, because it's tough to get 100% on this one. It really is. So there's 4 of these things, but only one of them is the actual weak spot. Nice. Got him. Yeah, I mean, Marvel vs. Street Fighter is amazing as well. It's actually kind of a bummer they never did Marvel vs. Capcom on Saturn. Will the Satiator work with the RAM cart? Yes, it does, yeah. This is also a section that's really hard to chain. And hey, 90s gaming guy, welcome back. That was close. Nice. This is ironically a part where it's actually a little difficult to see the bullets. Sometimes it's best just to not fire, just so you can dodge. Oh no, that's our first death. That's bad. God, it's not giving me any pink bullets. Come on, dude. It's supposed to give me a lot of pink bullets, but there's randomness to this. This is actually really frustrating. Yeah, see, there we go, finally. Ugh. I lost 2 deaths because it wasn't giving me any pink bullets. This boss is usually pretty easy, but sometimes you can just get a really crap pattern, and which I did. When you fill up your meter completely, you use your sword attack, but it makes you invincible, so it's like a backup bomb. Yeah, the thing about... So Marvel vs. Capcom, it was like... that was a 99 or 2000 game. So I'm guessing the reason it didn't come out to Saturn is that... you know, the Saturn was kind of on its... It was winding down in Japan. Even in Japan, like Street Fighter 03, I don't think sold very well. Based on how hard it is to get that game now. So it, you know, it makes sense that it didn't come to Saturn. But man, it would have been awesome if it did. It probably would have been an amazing way to play the game. Oh no, seriously, dude, man, this run has gone downhill super fast. Which actually really sucks because, like, I did better than I normally do. I got right before the final level. Oh no! No! Why? Alright, we'll go ahead and just play it out to the end so you guys can see the final boss and whatnot. It's pretty epic. But it's a real bummer that... I was thinking to myself, man, I might be able to get a 1 credit clear on this. I haven't gotten a 1 credit clear in this game in forever. Actually, I don't even think I've ever 1cc'd this. I think I got to the very end and died on the final bullet, if I remember correctly. But I've had a 1cc within reach many times. And of course, now I get an extra life. Right after I continued. Ooh, why did I do that? You know, I did it because I'm getting lazy now. Now that I've actually continued, I don't care anymore. Alright, that's that level. Yeah, Capcom was amazing on Saturn back in the day. In Japan. They released some stuff here in North America. Not a ton of games. Do I have a quick play of this? I do not. I've just played it a bunch on live streams. I've got a couple Saturn streams where I've played this. I've got this one. I did do a playthrough of the Switch version when it released. So that was a live stream from last year. But no dedicated quick play. Oh, that's right. He can stomp you. Oops. Oh, jeez, man. I am just getting wrecked now. Oh. Alright, we'll continue again. Now you can just credit feed your way through this. You don't get limited continues on arcade mode. Yeah, awesome VDP2 effects. Absolutely deadly. I was talking about it last night. I was doing a Twitch stream with Nintendo 64 stuff and then PlayStation. And I played a bunch of Treasure games. Like I played Silhouette Mirage, I played Sin and Punishment. I don't think I fired up Mischief Makers, but basically, like, Treasure is really good at taking advantage of hardware and using its capabilities tastefully in, like, really simple ways. Like, this is literally just two background planes. One's tilted at one angle, one's tilted at the other. But with the Saturn's VDP number 2, you can do transparency. And so you've got this nice, like, you know, cloud system up top. But it's really simple. It's not complex, but it's very tasteful, and it's convincing, and it's appealing. And Treasure's just always been, like, really good at that. Their artistry is just, you know, second to none. Yeah, I agree, Eric. Imports made owning a Saturn incredible. Yep. Really made that generation. Absolutely. When I started discovering Saturn imports, man, that was a game changer. I still love the Saturn. I mean, I had an American console, and it was still one of my favorites, but, you know, the Japanese games really just opened up the floodgates. Rez. Now, there's a game I need to play through again. I haven't played through Rez in a few years now. I need to see if I still have my Japanese PS2 copy of that. Yeah, so this is, you cannot shoot here. It's just dodging, that's it. Whoops. So this is basically the end of the game. You have 45 seconds, and then we see the credits. Look at that, like, distortion effect on the background, though. That's one of the things the VDP2 can do on the Saturn. Yeah, it's the same sort of thing as, like, Mode 7 on Super Nintendo. You know, where it's, like, you have background effects, basically. And, it works really well in this game. Oh! Ha! That's exactly what happened when I was so close to getting my 1cc on the arcade version. I died on the very last one. Oh, it's a kick in the nuts when that happens. So the Saturn mode actually, it does all this with actual animation. I've always liked the fonts that Treasure uses in their games. Actually, Eric, I mean, Sega had their own STV, Sega Titan video system, which was based on the Saturn. So you actually got a lot of arcade conversions from that. Like Radiant Silvergun is actually one of those games. It actually was on the STV hardware. I think it's nearly identical to the Saturn, except it might have like more memory or something like that. So you had a lot of conversions from that hardware, like Steep Slope Sliders, Die Hard Arcade, Dynamite Deca, Radiant Silvergun, Shinryu, Soukyugurentai, which we'll definitely play that later tonight. You know, Deck Athlete, Virtua Fighter Remix was on STV, Golden Axe the Duel. There's actually a lot of them, believe it or not, on that hardware that also got ported to Saturn. But yeah, it would have been nice if, you know, it was a little more similar to other arcade hardware out there. So we could have gotten some of those other, you know, 3D games. But it is what it is. But yeah, there was that Sega STV hardware, which the Saturn was basically... I don't remember if the STV is based on the Saturn or if the Saturn is based on the STV. Doesn't really matter. So... yeah, we ended up getting like tons of STV arcade conversions to Saturn, which was great. So, hey, Greg, welcome back. Wait, I'm going to power cycle. Patchouli is just conked out. Okay. I don't know where Milo is, Leo. He could be right underneath Patchouli for all I know. You there, Milo? Yep. Milo's actually right underneath her. He's on the first floor. She's on the second floor. He likes doing that for some reason. Yeah, he's a funny guy. I wish he was on this other bed, though, so you guys could actually see him. Alright, now this is a game I've actually played quite a lot on this channel. Yeah, bunk beds, basically. This is Galactic Attack. This is the American version of Layer Section. Which was the start of the Ray series. So this was called Ray Force in the arcade, then there was Ray Storm, and then there was Ray Crisis. Oh, let's go ahead and play this. Hey, John Evan, welcome back. This is a fantastic game, one of the best on the console, in my humble opinion. Arcade mode is, it's actually, you play it in Tate, so the screen will rotate. And you'll get some extra visual effects that you don't get in the Saturn mode, which is pretty interesting. Always leave rapid on this game. Don't ever turn it off. Yeah, let's start. We're just busting out all the hits tonight. That's right. I mean, the Saturn's got one of the strongest shmup libraries ever. So like with Strikers, you can get rid of the heads-up display, which is nice. And you just press B to lock, to fire lasers after you lock on the enemies. Yeah, this is actually the game that sold me on the Saturn. A friend of mine got a Saturn before he got a PlayStation. and I actually talked him into buying this game because it was really cheap. This was when, like, Toys R Us was liquidating, you know, a lot of those earlier titles, especially the ones from Acclaim, which this was published by Acclaim in North America. And, yeah, it was like $10. And we were like, whoa, it looks like Raiden. Now I pronounce it Raiden. But, yeah, so he picked it up. I went to his house. And I stayed overnight and played the hell out of this game. And then I promptly told my mom I wanted a Sega Saturn for my birthday. Yeah, and this was one of the first games I bought when I did get my Saturn. Like Darius Gaiden, it holds up extremely well. Yeah, Seth, I agree. I mean, Acclaim was very uneven. They were, you know, they had some really solid titles they brought over, like you said. You know, they brought this and Darius Gaiden over. So, you know, eternally grateful for that. But yeah, they did have some good stuff that they brought over. One thing I love about this game is it just immediately transitions into your next level. It's completely seamless. So the second you hit the start button and you get thrown into gameplay, you don't see any hard screen transitions, like, ever, until the end credits. It's really nice. Can't think of many shmups that did that. So that little weird jingle was an extra life. God, such a beautiful looking game. It's amazing. I never get tired of looking at this game. Yeah, I'm not sure why, Seth, why they, remove those features when not playing in Tate. Might have just been, like, too difficult to replicate it. Who knows? I'm not sure. I am curious, though. This boss is actually a lot easier when not playing in Tate, because he kind of goes halfway off the top of the screen and won't fire. He's actually a lot more aggressive when you play in Tate. It's one of those games where if like a turret gets pushed off the screen, it's not going to fire at you until it's, visible. So you can actually, take advantage of that. But in Tate, you'll see like him fully at all times, and so he fires a lot more often. Yeah, like this effect is completely different now. It just fades in, whereas in Tate you've got like the angled line scrolling effect, sort of. Oh man, this game is so much fun. It's a pretty chill shooter for like the first 2/3 of it, I would say. Then it gets pretty hard. We're at a point right now where it's still in its chill phase. Oh, this guy can really catch you off guard if you're not careful. Whoa, like that. Yeah, got him. I sometimes die at that guy. Ooh, that was close. Alright, I maxed out on firepower. So you may have noticed that there are yellow pickups and there are red pickups. The yellow pickup upgrades your gun by 1 level immediately. The red pickups, you have to collect 3 to upgrade your gun. And if you pick up a yellow one in the middle of picking up red ones, it'll actually cancel out the chain. And you'll have to start fresh on the red pickups. So if you're trying to be efficient, you either want to get 3 red or just 1 yellow. And not a mix of the two. Nice, first try. Whew, another extra life, too. I need to put more time into Gekka Deadly. I've barely played that game. I don't know if we're going to play that tonight. There are so many games to choose from. I am definitely going to try to play some of my favorites. Like, I want to play Soukyugurentai. I might play Gun Frontier, which is actually way easier than the arcade version. I kind of want to remember how bad Layer Section 2 is compared to Raystorm on PlayStation. But I don't know if we'll get to that. Big money! Big prizes! I love it! Man, now that's a game that would have been awesome to have on Saturn. Smash TV. Oh. Can't wait for a Mr. Core in that one. Yeah, I heard there's a dude working on it. Gary, yeah, that's awesome to hear. Alright, boss time. We're gonna go for its legs. Ah. Oh, that was screwy. He's working on Narc first, then Smash, then Mortal Kombat 1. Okay, awesome. Do you know who the guy is that's working on it? Who the core author is? Now things are getting a little shisty. Hey, Sasha, what's going on? Pram-Odd. Pram-Ode. It's apparently doing them. Okay. Interesting. Never actually heard of that guy. I wonder what else he's done. Oh! That was not the pattern I was expecting. Still have 2 lives. That was the pattern I was expecting last time. 2 lives down. Yeah, same here, Seth. I mean, I can get through this guy without losing a life, but yeah, a lot of times I'll choke. Just like that. Which is actually kind of crazy, because I got through those yellow spread patterns quite well, which that's usually the toughest part of the fight. Oh, I missed it. Ugh. No, no, no! Okay, I got really lucky there. Wow, that was really shiesty. Oh no! The one lone bullet. Man, this run's going downhill really fast. Oh my god, are you serious, dude? What the hell? Come on. Ugh. This is just a really bad setup. This is unbelievably bad. Oh my god, are you serious? It was such a good, solid run up until that last boss, and then it's just straight downhill. Ugh. We'll go ahead and just, like, credit feed to the end. There's only another level or 2 or whatever. Yeah, that sucks. Choked. Hey, Abba. Thanks for the kind words. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. Alright, boss time. Oh, come on. Oh, I did not see those curved lasers. Or angled lasers. he did the cores for Back Raid, Bat Rider, Kingdom Grand Prix, Sorcerer Striker, and Garega. Okay, interesting. Okay, so he's done... I mean, those cores are, like, really solid. I played those. Or at least I did Battle Garega. I need to play Back Raid and Bat Rider. I've still never actually played those, but... they're definitely popular games with the enthusiasts. Yeah, this is our last level. Like I said, we're just going to... Actually, I don't know if I will be able to credit feeds. I think you get limited continues in this. I don't remember, actually. So I never actually continue when I play this game. I always... 1cc or bust. Extra life. Oh, why did I do that? Alright, final boss! It's been a while since I've been here. Yeah, you do have limited credits, I noticed. I don't even know what I got hit by. Yeah, that laser pattern is really tough to predict. Uh-oh, okay. Alright, that's it. That run went downhill real fast, but still not too bad overall. And everyone's dead. It's real pleasant. Oh, man. Dudley says he's learning some Genesis coding with the SGDK. And doing some open Beats of Rage stuff with audio. Trying to keep himself busy and inspired. Nice, man. Nice. Thanks for the GG, John Evan. Yeah, right? Gotta love Taito shmup endings. Yeah, thanks for all the GGs, guys. I appreciate that. Oh, man. Yeah, really great game. Thanks for the GG, Wonka. Taito. Mission complete. Yeah, great game. It's always fun playing this one. And whenever I do a Saturn shmup stream, I always have to show it off. Because it's one of the best. It's one of the most... one of the most, beginner-friendly. Like, yeah, it gets really hard on the last couple levels, but the first few levels are, like, really comfy. And so it's a really good shooter for like newer players that want to get their feet wet. But it's also aesthetically just very, very pleasing. Uh-oh. Did not go to my satiator menu. Hate it when that happens. So we'll leave it off for a second. You guys can't even hear or see what I'm doing, but basically for the satiator, I have to power cycle the console. The reset button doesn't work. There we go. All right, into the satiator menu. Oh, I actually need to go see if there's new firmware for this thing. I haven't updated the satiator firmware in like a year, I think. It's been a while. Alright, what do I want to play? Let's try some... Yeah, she is in deep sleep. And Milo is actually right underneath her, too. They're both on the same condo. Alright, this is Soukyugurentai. This is a fantastic shooter by Rising. Alright, there's going to be a little bit of a hiccup here. Here we go. Yeah, this was one of those games that was on the Sega STV arcade hardware. And so it, got a good port to Saturn. There's a PlayStation version of this. It's not nearly as good. Yeah, you have a lock-on system in this. Along with your standard, you know, focused shot fire. Or it's actually dependent on the ship. And I think you've got multiple lock-on styles, too. Yeah, you press C to switch. I think Skosh out there has my cartridge of this. I had sold him my STV board with Radiant Silvergun, and I'm pretty sure this as well. Alright, should be at the boss fight. You think only Radiant Silvergun, but you could be wrong. I think I ended up giving you all the carts I had. I think? You probably have this. I don't remember... I mean, unless I like split it up and managed to sell it on Atari Age or something. I don't remember. It's been so long now. This is one of those games where when you get upgraded, the rank goes up. Basically, the game's difficulty goes up. And so one of the strategies in this is to not be fully powered up. That way you can manage the difficulty a little bit better. Also, there's a way to milk boss fights. And notice that power-ups just kind of come down, you know, every few moments. The power-up canisters, I should say. And, oops. Ugh, that was bad. On boss fights, you can just milk the power-up canisters over and over and get lots of bombs. Like, every few canisters should be a bomb. And I think that actually factors into scoring. I completely forgot how it works. I looked into it like 10 years ago. It's been a long time. One thing I like about this game is that a lot of the bosses have different music. It's pretty cool. That gives each boss fight like its own unique feel. Oh, that was close. $2053. Hey, we're not far away from that. 30 years? Do you think we'll have flying battle cruisers in 30 years? Probably not. Oh, I ran right into that. Oh my, jeez, man, this run is just... This run's gone downhill like crazy. Nope. And that's... Jeez, man, that is rough. Hey, Crestline, welcome back. Dudley says, technology, the 80s and 90s speed, but yes, a 21st century speed? Nah. Yeah, where's our flying cars? Right, Dudley? I agree. I haven't even used the bomb yet. The bombs are good. Oh, jeez. I'm making a lot of really bad mistakes. Like, easily avoidable mistakes. Just like that. Yeah, so it looks like you do get limited continues. Oh my god, what am I doing? I got lucky there. Yeah, that was a really bad level in general. Like I haven't died that badly in this game in a long time. Usually I at least get here, if not farther, on one credit. But man, yeah, that was bad. Yeah, Deadly, same here. 90s, the 90s were, to me, that was the best era for shooting games. It was where shooters, like, really came into their own and, like, fully matured. 80s had some, you know, some seminal titles, like your Gradius and Xevious and stuff like that. Gradius 2, R-Type. But the 90s was where, like, yeah, the genre had just come into its own, finally. It peaked, basically. Oh! Sideswiped. Welcome back, Chevy. Whoa! That caught me off guard. Oh, are you serious, dude? Oh, man. This has been terrible. Oh my god, and again. I should know better than this. We only got 1 credit left. Normally I don't credit feed when I play shooters. I like to just do 1 credit. But by actually credit feeding a little bit, you guys get to see farther into these games. Man. This is a game I definitely need practice at, that's for sure. I think the boss timed out. Wow. I did so poorly the boss timed out. Yeah, that was so horrible. Like, I started with 5 credits, I'm down to 1, and this is usually where I'd get on 1 credit. Like, ugh. Alright, last one. Man. Some of this screen scrolling is pretty awkward, I will say. I don't think I've bombed once either, which isn't doing me any favors. I mean, you get a lot of bombs in this game. You really need to use them. One thing we need to do, Deadly, is I need to look it up on like Wikipedia or something, but I need to mess around with the Saturn mouse. I've had it for a while, and I think I've only used it on Virtua Cop, and that's it. I need to see what other games use it. See if it's worthwhile doing a Saturn mouse stream. Yep, that's game. Hey, Cool and Unusual, welcome back. Yeah, we got, that was an absolutely horrible run. I mean, I burned through all my credits and didn't even finish the game. That was terrible. It's an awesome game, though. Soukyugurentai is a fantastic one. Definitely recommend it if you guys are into Saturn shooters. So what is it? It's we're about 2.5 hours in. I think what I'm going to do is play another game or two, and then probably take the usual food break. I usually take one around 3 to 4 hours into the stream. We'll see. I actually made a Red Baron pizza. Had a couple slices at the start of the stream. Now I'm getting kind of hungry again. Leo asks, did we get the mouse back in the day? I'm pretty sure there was a US mouse. You could use it with like the netlink and the web browser, I'm pretty sure. Okay, question is, what do I want to play now? I played some heavy hitters already. So, that's right, I did want to do, Gun Frontier. Excuse me. Hey, Aberdeen, thank you, thank you. I did not do Thunder Force 5. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that because there's constant like resolution switches between levels. It really messes with my capture card. But yeah, I would love to do it. Thunder Force 5 is a really fun game. Or am I thinking of the PlayStation version that does that? I actually have a full playthrough of both the Saturn and PlayStation versions on my channel. Alright, so this is a really fun one. It actually is considerably easier than the arcade game. You still have to mash buttons, but it is a lot easier. So you have bombs in this one, and you can pick up these little gold items to build your bombs. These gray items upgrade your main gun. I love the soundtrack in this game. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Are you serious? That was terrible. That makes you want to just restart the whole thing. I'm not going to. Jeez, man. These are fast. Faster than I remember. Here I'm like, the Saturn version is so much easier than the arcade game, and I'm still getting annihilated. Alright, see you, John Evan. Have a good night. Unfortunately, I'm making my life a lot more difficult because I did die a couple times. I'm still down to level 1 on firepower, which is a big problem. Looks like I got an extra life. Oh my god, are you serious, man? Alright, we're gonna restart. We're gonna try it one more time and hope I can do better. This is getting really frustrating, man. I had some pretty good runs on, like, Radiant Silvergun, and we got a 1 credit clear on Darius Gaiden, and got pretty far into Galactic Attack on 1 credit. But man, these last 2 games, I've just been doing horribly. I got sniped, I think, by the same stupid effing tank. Alright, last try. This is actually kind of pissing me off right now. This is getting really aggravating. In fact, I'm dying to 1 lone bullet on the first freaking level. Ugh. It's terrible. This is wrecking my hand in the process. No auto fire in this version. Oh, there is auto fire. You press Z. Well, that's surely gonna break the game. Yeah, it's weird that it's the Z button of all things. Ha 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 ha, much better. Hey, Dre Dog, welcome back. I feel like I'm cheating using auto fire, but hey, if it's included in the version, then just go ahead and use it. A lot of shmup players these days, they don't have the patience for button mashing anymore. And so in arcade scenarios in particular, like, it's generally accepted to use auto fire. I still prefer playing games like these without it. Because they were designed with the button mashing in mind. Hey, Ben? Did I ever mash buttons on Track and Field Arcade? I've never actually played Track and Field Arcade. Auto fire for the win. I mean, why are you surprised, Leo? I've never really... Any sports kind of game has never really appealed to me, so, like, I'm not sure why that's surprising. Yeah, Track and Field never really did it for me. I mean, I'm sure it's a fun game, but I never really messed around with it, even on NES. I may have picked up the Xbox 360 version, actually, more recently. I have to go check. I got a lot of stuff back then that was like, you know, more action and shooting oriented. Like I got Smash TV, I got Robotron, TMNT, Contra, Super Contra. Yeah, I never picked up Frogger back in the day. I never picked up Track and Field. They just didn't really appeal to me. That's right, I got Double Dragon when that came out. I remember that. Doom and Doom 2, Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat 3, Symphony of the Night. I'm trying to think, what other three... Oh, Geometry Wars. That was a huge one for me. I'm trying to think of what other Xbox Live Arcade games I picked up back then. Oh! That sucked. I think I just got an extra life. Yeah, rapid fire braces. Oh, man. Oh, Leo, no. So, I mean, I bought some Xbox Live Arcade games back in the day, but a lot of the ones I have, like, even if I have Track and Field right now, I bought it more recently. I didn't, you know, I was a lot more selective back then. Yeah, so, like, you know, my Xbox Live library is pretty gigantic, but in the early days, I wasn't buying, like, everything I saw left and right. Even though it might look like that from a current perspective. I was just buying stuff I was interested in back then. Which was, like, a lot of the stuff I grew up with, like, again, Contra and Mortal Kombat 3 and Doom, Smash TV. Oh my god, man. I keep forgetting that those arrows actually land as bombs and they explode. That's the second time I ran into that. Leo, track and field on Xbox Live, is that backwards compatible? On Xbox One. I feel like it is, and I feel like I grabbed it more recently. It is backwards compatible, okay. And hey, Brandon, welcome back. You remember your brother and you trying for months to beat NES Tiger Heli, yeah, only to find out that it endlessly repeats, yep. Well, I think there was also a lack of insight and perspective for a lot of kids growing up. Like, not realizing that, like, something like Tiger Heli, it was a pretty early shoot 'em up. Ugh. Arcade games up to that point generally never ended. They would just go on forever. And that was just normal. Oh, why did I do that? Whoa there. Another extra life. Oh, I could not see those bullets. That was garbage. They completely blended in with the background. This is like a precursor or predecessor to Battle Garega. I think some of the same people worked on Garega later on. Wait, I just die? I think nah, I don't have no idea. Oh, are you kidding me? I hate those bullets coming from off the screen. It's like I can't tell what's actually shooting them. Yeah, that's rough. All my last life. For some reason, it fully upgraded me. I don't know why. And I've got 3 lives? Interesting. Okay. This has a really weird final boss. It goes into like this zoomed view, and you have a couple of like shots, and if you miss the boss, you lose. It's like a quick draw. Yep, here it is. Oh. And I think that's it. Yep. Bad ending, I'm guessing. Yeah, that was anticlimactic. It's still technically a 1 credit clear, but it's a very sloppy 1 credit clear. And I feel like I cheated by using the auto fire. Oh, man. Well, guys, I thought I was gonna go take a break and just get some food and then come back, but I'm honestly getting kind of worn out. It's 2 a.m. my time. We've been streaming for 3 hours. We played a bunch of good games. We had some good gameplay and some bad gameplay, but I think I'm gonna call it a night. Actually, a good solid 3-hour streams, not too bad, especially especially when it's playing really hard games like this, where you're just it gets exhausting. Yeah, I'm also getting kind of tired. Food might help a little bit, but I think it's probably best I just log off and maybe try to get some rest. So I don't really have any plans tomorrow. It's possible I might come back for another stream, and if I do, I'll probably try to stream earlier in the day, or at least not start the stream at 11 p.m. So, yeah, one thing about this is it actually does have a sound test, which is pretty cool. And it's got names of a lot of these, which is cool. And I think these will just like loop infinitely, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, this game's got I really like this soundtrack. It's great. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. I do appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. And one last look at Patchy. Good old Patchy. She's a channel staple. Alrighty, guys. Yeah, like I said, that's going to do it for me. Have yourselves a great night. I'll have this archive up sometime tomorrow, and I'll have it time-coded if you want to go back and check out some of the playthroughs. And like I said, I'll try to... I might be around tomorrow to stream again. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. I'm going to wing it. But yeah, I'm glad that the Saturn is working well. My RGB cable is doing great. And so we'll probably do some more Saturn stuff here sometime soon, now that I can actually start capturing it again. So, but yeah, that's going to do it for me, guys. Have yourselves a great day or night, wherever you are out there. And until the next one, take it easy.